All right, Mac Minister, how's it going?
It's great, man. I'm great like Frosted Flakes, man. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Well, you have quite a wild story, man. For people who don't know, right now, you're serving what I believe to be a life sentence in Nevada.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. In the state of Nevada. I done went to every penitentiary that they got except um, Warm Springs. I've been to Ely, all that. Right now, I'm in Lovelock. They crashed with me on a medical cart. So, I'm on the medical flat yard right now due to the fact that I'm suing the medical because these bitches done crashed with me in this cart, man, and injured me. You dig? So, I'm on their ass.
okay, you're in jail right now, and you are trying to get an appeal. I believe your lawyer or somebody just put in some appeal paperwork for you.
Well, let's be clear. I'm not trying. I'm in the court right now, and I'm going. I'm in the process of getting the appeal.
Right.
To deny it would be a fundamental miscarriage of justice.
But you have not been granted an appeal yet, right?
True.
Okay, so you're working on your appeal. Now, is this your first appeal, or what's the process been like for you? And you've been locked up since whenabouts have you been locked up?
On March the 2nd, it'll be 18 years.
18 years. So that would be 2006 is when you got locked up?
Indubitably.
Okay. So almost 18 years. You've been locked up. You guys are working on the appeal. So talk to me about this appeal a little bit. What's going on in it, and what is the paperwork saying?
Man, it is the most egregious shit that you could ever run across in your lifetime. There's nothing like this. I'm talking about there is a plethora of egregious violations. The first violation, there is a legal term, it's a Latin word, and it's called ab initio. Ab initio is from the beginning. This shit was a corrupt case from the beginning. And when they first put their hands on me, man, they was on some bullshit. They had this cat, and him and his girlfriend got into it, went back and forth. To get to the meat and potatoes, they wanted to question me. So I'm on the bridge, going across the bridge. Highway Patrol pulled me over. I pull over for the Highway Patrol. Give them the license, the insurance of the rental car agreement. So as I'm sitting in the car, my nephew, resting in peace, Dante, looked in the rear view, and he's like, Uncle Chop. So when I look through the side on the side view of the car, I see the Highway Patrol with his gun out, creeping up to the car. Boom! I skied off. High speed. They chased me all through the city of San Francisco. I get away. I park the car. I get out the car, leave everything in the car, jump on the bus. Boom! I'm gone. So I talked to this attorney. She was like, Mac, if you go, she called me Chopper because that's my name in Filmo. Mac Minister is my pseudonym for music and comedy, but my street name is Chopper Chopper. So the lawyer in Frisco, or people in San Francisco didn't know me, they called me Chopper. So she was like, Chopper, look, if you want your property, you got to go turn yourself in. But I'm sure they're going to arrest you. It ain't nothing but a traffic ticket. You didn't crash. You didn't do any of that. Man, I get there. I turn myself in. I go turn myself in. Now, mind you, the prosecutor was Kamala Harris, your vice president. Now, I know how diabolical this woman is because it was a traffic ticket. This bitch put my bill at $1 million. She's holding me hostage. So the Las Vegas homicide come to San Francisco, and when they get to San Francisco, they on some look. We want to use you as a witness. A witness? Bitch, you got me up. I don't know nothing about nothing. How can I be a witness to something I don't know nothing about? And right now, I don't even want to talk to you no more. You insulted my intelligence. You coming, y'all holding me to come tell me that you want me to be a witness. Man, these motherfuckers. So the next time I go to court, I got this attorney. He a Jewish lawyer, Eric Sapphire. Eric Sapphire's in the courtroom just to show you white privilege. He's in there cussing and fussing about how they got me on $1 million bond for a motherfucking traffic ticket. And I quote, "No way, Judge. How? No. They're holding him hostage $1 million for a traffic ticket, Judge." When he got through hollering and cussing, they gave me an OR. Now, after they give me the OR, they go and do a grand jury indictment. A grand jury indictment is the weakest shit in the world. There's a legal term where they say they're a grand jury indicted ham sandwich. Because when they have nothing, this is what they do. So they put a grand jury indictment out. Now I'm on America's Most Wanted. They looking for me. They making a big deal out of some shit. But I went from a witness to the main suspect, though. This is how they getting at me. They catch me. I'm at my sister house there on I'm in San Francisco, right across the street from the ballpark by Pac Bell. I'm down there. They come in, SWAT the whole day. They outside. Andre down, come out. Woo. What? Bitch, I ain't in the. You have to come get me about this motherfucker. So they come get me. When they come get me, they find me under the little table. Man, I got a blunt in my ear, so they smell the weed. They pull me out, beat on me with their baton. See, everybody white ain't a bad person, but you got some diabolical wild oopies, and I'm gonna get to that. But this particular white man was an FBI. He was the leader of the investigation. Now you got the narcs. These are the narcs that know me. Man, you got what's this bitch name? He over in the Hunters Point area, but he's gang task force. His name is Max. Then you got the other. He taught Denzel Washington how to play the dirty cop, and his name is man, I'm trying to think of this bitch name. I don't know why I'm having a brain for it right now. But Snoop know the mother, because Snoop was like, "Cuz that showed Denzel how to play the dirty cop." Lozada, Paul Lozada. These bitches is outside the house, outside the apartment. My sister called on the phone. She talking through the phone. She like, "Nigga, get up out of here. Mother police is running upstairs." Then when I go to the peephole, on my mama rest in peace, these bitches is standing. First they checked the door, but I had already locked the door. These bitches is standing outside the apartment with their guns out. They ain't even gonna knock on the door to do none of that. They out there for 2 hours, and then SWAT come take over. The FBI do come to take over. He catch back up to what I was saying. When they get me, these motherfuckers start the SWAT, the police from SWAT. He get to beating on me with the baton. The white man from the FBI, he go to off on me. Hey, mother, don't you ever do no shit like that. Not on my watch. What you trying to do? Get him an OR? You don't do no shit like that. Man, the FBI motherfucker write a report and say that the SWAT beat on me and that I was cooperating. Now, we get down to Clark County. When I get to this mother, nigga, these mother, I tell them from the gate, I want a speedy trial. Because I got my little daughter, and I ain't strike a match in the blackout. I ain't throw rock in an abandoned building. I ain't echo in a vacant motherfucking house. I ain't do nothing. I want a speedy trial. Bring what you got. So when I get up in here, these motherfuckers hold me 2.5 years, violate my Sixth Amendment right to a speedy trial. You have a constitutional right, Sixth Amendment, to have a speedy trial within 60 days. Period. I never waived it. They violate that. They get me up in this motherfucker, they hold it. As they holding me, now one morning they come get me and they say, you got a medical. Medical? I ain't signed up for medical. So they take me down to medical. This like, man, it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. They come get me. I'm all discombobulated, so this is they playing. While I'm drowsy, discombobulated, we finna pull the play on it. So when I get down to the basement, because first of all, I'm gonna take my time because I never leave my cell without washing my face and brushing my teeth. So I'm a little up. So when I get down there, I'm peeping the nurse. She making all of the movements. She doing, black folks, you know how we is. We got that nonverbal communication. You got to read the sign. You got to read her going, So as he's sitting there, he said, well, I want to do a thorough checkup. Every year it's an annual where we do a thorough checkup. So I'm like, well, shit, it's 2 years. I mean, what happened to the first year I was here? So he ignored that. He checking my vitals, do all the shit. Then he pulled out a syringe and he said he want to draw blood. I said, man, you're not taking my blood. He said, so why you don't want me to take your blood? I said, because I don't want it all over mother crime scene. The sister started laughing and storming about the building laughing. He's like, well, man, we want to make sure that you don't got no diseases and none of that. You don't got AIDS, HIV, and none of that. I said, check this out, dude. First of all, the only way you're going to get AIDS, HIV if you have sexual contact. I'm not a homosexual. I came in this mother HIV free. I'm going to leave this bitch HIV AIDS free. You ain't got to worry about none of that. I'm not letting you draw no blood. Man, when we get to mother court, they don't even give me the DNA results. So that let me know that everything that I had away, that I played and everything that I was reading from her was official. Allah blessed me to have this in my spirit. I'm not going to let you bitches put me in no trick. I'm not going to let you bitches put me in no trick bag. So when I go to court trial, nigga, I'm up in this mother. Now, they saying that a victim, that it was the co-defendant that they gave me, they saying that his prostitute got killed and she scratched a mother and she got DNA under her nails. Are you with me?
Yep, I hear you. I'm right here.
So when they do the DNA ain't mine. But y'all seeing all of this other shit, the DNA ain't mine. You don't want to give me the results to it. We go to trial. Now, I'm going a little bit ahead. This is all in the evidentiary hearing. When I'm finding when all this shit is coming out, right? So during the evidentiary hearing, they bring a mother snitch. Nigga, I ain't never seen in my life, August 28, 2007, I ain't never gonna forget this day. Because this is the day that everything had changed for me. Because like I said, I'm pushing full steam ahead. I'm pushing for the speedy trial. Every time I go to court, I'm mentioning my speedy trial rights. The lawyer ain't saying nothing. Now, they bring this snitch. His name is Antoine Contrell. But they allow him to come to court and say that his name is Antoine Mouton. So this motherfucker come and he say that he been knowing me since I was, since he was a youngster, because I'm older than him. And he grew up under me, and he saw me in Las Vegas. Matter of fact, the prosecutor say, well, let me take you back to the December the 5th footbridge meet. So the prosecutor is the one extrapolate that data from him, but at the same time, he solicit that from him. And he, by saying, let me take you back to the December the 5th footbridge meet. He said, yeah. He said, he saw me and that I told him that I killed Fatone and Cowboy over the murder of Mac Dre. Now, mind you, the mother was incarcerated from November the 28th to December the 7th. How the you anywhere December the 5th? And it took me damn near 18 years to get this. I do an interview with Gangster Chronicles, the podcast go viral. Motherfuckers is listening. A brother named Latif Gray grew up under me from Fillmore. And I'm telling them how they took my lawyer, they put the lawyer on the stand to testify against me, and all of these things took place. And he like, either he crazy as a mother, or this is just so bad, so he looked into it. When he looked into it, because he a prosecutor, he's internal affairs. He go into the prosecutor's database, and he sent me a government copy of Wihtout's mugshot, or should I say Kentrail. Sent me a mugshot of him, which he was in Fulton County, Georgia, from November the 28th to December the 7th. How in the am I still in jail?
What other inconsistencies did you guys find?
Okay. Not only was this month, so we find out that the whole time they've been saying nobody made Wihtout a deal. Nobody promised him anything. So when I get my hands on this, when he testified August 28th, they sealed the document. So I can't get it. I gotta rely on the information coming from the attorney. Because now they're saying I can't have this document for whatever reasons that they coming up with. This is what they doing to me, and it's all bullshit. It's straight judicial garbage. They playing games. So all these years is going by. I remember the evidentiary here, so I'm on my attorneys about getting the document. The lawyer, Robert DeMarco, who did my appeal, who put that magnificent piece of art together that's gonna free me. He get the video, but he don't want to give it to me because he said it's a sealed document. So I'm a spiritual person. Deborah she my cousin, but that's my sister. So Deborah, I'm talking to Deborah. Deborah is she's a Christian. She a hope to die Christian. I'm just letting you know. She pray all the time. This is all she do. And it ain't a game. She ain't one of all she do is pray. So I called Deborah. I'm trying to get Latif. I'm trying to get anybody that I think that got any type of, legal standings to be able to go down here to this courtroom and ask for this video, and so I could, review it with my nephew. They don't want to give it to nobody. Even Latif, he internal affairs. He's like, Chop, you motherfuckers don't want to give me that video. I don't know what is on that video, but they don't want to give me the video. He said, I done sent people that work in lawyers that work in Las Vegas to go get it. They won't give it to nobody. Deborah go and they around, and when she first went, they told her, it's a sealed document, and we got to, talk to the clerk of the court. We got to send her through all this shit. So when she get on the phone, she's like, Chop, they don't really want to give me the video. They said they got to go through some other shit with the judge. I don't know. These motherfuckers email her, sell her the mother sealed document. When they sell her the sealed document, all of the bullshit is unraveled. The nigga get on the stand, and the lawyer asked him, did anybody make you any promises or any deals? He said no. Now, mind you, the court, the judge know he lying, the prosecutor know he lying. So when he asked him, he say no. He go get the plea agreement. He say, well, here's a plea agreement. What's the date on? He said, first he said, is that your signature? Yeah, that's it. What's the date on it? He said 7/27/06. Bitch, 7/27/06. So now, not only do we got the plea agreement, but the prosecutor, who he was green, brand new, like paper in the shoe. This was his first major case. When an attorney asks a client a question, that's why they prep them. A lawyer's never going to ask you a question without knowing your answer. Prosecutors are the same way. But they in this because they in here building a a testimony. They're going to take what they need and get rid of everything that's up. So the prosecutor asked him, why are you here today? He say, to get a sentence reduction. Now, when I'm telling you, all this shit is on my video. This ain't me making this shit up. It's on the video. You can go to the Mac Minister, the TheMinister, the Mac Minister. That's my Instagram. The video is being played on my Instagram. You can go to that and look at it. The Mac Minister, TheMinister. The Instagram. This motherfucker say he is testified to get a sentence reduction. If you testifying to get a sentence reduction and you facing 40 years for pimping and pandering on a motherfucking minor, you already doing federal time. You wanted a sentence reduction. They brought this bitch across state and county lines, knowing and willingly brought a fraud upon the court. Nobody correct the record. When he got caught in the lie, the motherfucking judge said, for purposes unrelated, I'm going to seal these documents. Sealed it for what? Then the motherfucker say he saw me with the co-defendant summer of 06 at the Boulevard Mall. Me and the co-defendant was in jail summer of 05. I'm in jail since March the 2nd, 2006. How the you see me summer 05? How you see me summer 06? Everything that he said, it never landed. Every time he lied or made a mistake, the judge come right back on the record. For purposes unrelated, I'm going to seal these documents. The only way that this can get unsealed if you go through me or the Nevada Supreme Court. Why are you sealing these documents? A man's life is at stake. You got an innocent man and you know I'm innocent. You know that everything that you got don't add up, it don't match, but you seal these documents. And by the grace of Allah, I get the unsealed document. Again, if you think I'm making this shit up, go to the Mac Minister Instagram. TheMinister. The Mac Minister. You can see these videos. What they had done, down here, they do video transcripts. They video everything. These motherfuckers are so diabolical and gay and goofy that they have the audacity to video this shit. What I'm telling you, I've never in my wildest dreams thought that I would ever experience such a thing of this magnitude like this. All of this came out in the court. All of this is in my petition that I gave you. Did you read the petition?
Yep.
So you concur that what I'm saying is accurate.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is what I read in the appeal paperwork.
Okay,
yes.
So let me tell you about a Brady motion. You cannot, under no circumstances, fabricate anything in that. If anything in that is fabricated or exaggerated, they'll shoot the petition down and then say it's an successive petition. You can never come back again and file anything. You lied on the record. But the prosecutor is up there lying like a professional. He said, well, I didn't mean to say December the 5th. I meant to say December 05. Oh, you didn't? Well, you said it at the evidentiary hearing August 28, 2007, and then you said it again at trial July 17, 2008. And the sequence of events unfolded in the same way that he asked the question and got the answer happened the same way from August 28, 2007 to July 17, 2008 when I went to trial.
Good afternoon, Mr. Capone.
Good afternoon.
Not used to seeing you in this position. Well, let me ask you, were you aware that Mr. Wihtout was in jail in Georgia on December 5th, 2005, prior to the deposition in this case?
I would say no.
You somewhat hesitated, but did you know that?
Well, when you say no, the question is Had I run an NCIC, was that record on the NCIC, and was that NCIC turned over to the defense? The answer is yes. Did I go searching to see the dates of his booking and release? The answer is no. I didn't do any research into that particular fact.
Okay. Why not?
Well, it's not my job to do the defense attorney's investigation. I provided what I was legally required to provide. If they wanted to investigate and make some determination, one, and two, I think it's completely immaterial because the witness never gave a date as to when his conversation with Mr. Dow occurred.
You gave him the date on 2 occasions.
I misspoke on 2 occasions, that's correct.
You led him to December 5th, 2005 in the depot, correct?
I did not. I never said December 5th, 2005. I said December 5th.
2006.
I said December 5th, actually. I never said a year. I just said December 5th. I meant to say December 05 is my recollection.
But you said December 5th in the deposition, correct?
And I should have said December 05.
Okay.
You're right.
But you said December 5th. You agree with that?
Yes, because I listened to because my first reaction was obviously that's a misstatement because the witness never once told me a date. I listened to the jabs. It does sound like I say 5th and not 05.
So specifically, your question was at the deposition. I want to go back to the comment about the bitch during this conversation you had with Mac Minister on December 5th, right? So you agree that this transcript is correct, and the video, as we played in court last time, that you're not disputing the authenticity of that, correct?
I am not. I clearly said it. People misspeak all the time, Mr. DeMarco.
Okay. And then at trial, in Mr. Dow's case, you then asked Mr. Mouton again, your question was, quote, and you had indicated that sometime prior to that December 5th footbridge meeting, you had seen that victim and Mr. Dow together before, correct?
I believe that's on redirect after he repeatedly said he didn't know what date it was.
Okay, but Mr. Giacomo, prior to you questioning him, even at trial, after you said December 5th the first time, did you go back and look and say, gee, let me check to see where Mr. Mouton with all these criminal records are, that he was actually in jail and this physically is impossible? Did you check that?
No, because Mr. Mouton has never said once in his life that the conversation happened on December 5th.
But sure, respectfully, Mr. Giacomo, in front of the jury, you presented evidence. You would agree, the jury, they don't know the facts. You're eliciting evidence as a prosecutor, correct? So
that's kind of a compound question, but the witness had said multiple times before I said December 5th in front of the jury that it was the cold months, it was December of 05, it was around Christmas time, it was probably before Christmas time, but he didn't know the dates, you couldn't even tell us the month. Then on redirect, I said it again, December 5th. I know that you want to say that somehow means that the date was December 5th. It wasn't. He never once gave a date. That was a misstatement by me, Mr. DeMarco. And so I would have no reason to look up the information.
But this is the excuse that he makes. And then the judge, she hear all of this evidence, clear and convincing evidence. There's a legal term called prima facie. Prima facie. That means it can't. What I got in my petition cannot be refuted, disputed. It is actual and factual. This judge right now can release me. There's no gun, there's no DNA. Nobody said they saw Andre Dow do shit. Nobody saw Andre Dow with a gun. I'm sitting in prison for 18 years on the testimony of a paid informant. Then they tried to clean it up by saying, well, he said he saw him in the cold winter months like, around Christmas. Well, because Lateef Gray is internal affairs, he could get into that database and extrapolate the data. What did he do? He gave me an NCIC report. He's a snitch. That means he has a caretaker. He like a hoe. He check into his pimp. Bitch, where you been? Where you at? You go nowhere without communicating with me. The NCIC report showed from his caretaker that he was in San Francisco When he got out of Fulton County, Georgia, from August 28th to December the 7th, from December the 13th all the way to January 24th, he was in San Francisco. So everything that they got on the record and said was a lie. Everything that they said, everything that they did, all this is built on a straight lie.
Mm.
I've been here 18 years off of his testimony. I went to court September the 23rd, 2022 for evidentiary hearing. The man was
You have 1 minute left.
Okay, now, I was about to go into September the 23rd, but before I get into September the 23rd, man, I got to pour this one on you. I had an evidentiary hearing March 17th, 2021. During the March 17th, 2021 evidentiary hearing, this was an evidentiary hearing that the Nevada Supreme Court overturned the case and said that if Mr. Dow proves with clear and convincing evidence that his attorneys abandoned him, he should be granted relief. That's the totality of it. If I prove that the lawyers abandoned me, now what happened? I hired this lawyer named Stuart Hamlin. Stuart Hamlin is a well-known lawyer. Stuart Hamlin is from San Francisco. He represented, just to name a few, Geronimo Pratt. He got Geronimo Pratt. He did appeal for Geronimo Pratt with Johnny Cochran and got Geronimo Pratt, Black Panther leader, overturned and free. He also represented Tupac in a case where the little boy got killed at the video shoot in Marin City. He also represented Snoop Dogg with Johnny Cochran when Snoop had a murder. Stuart Hamlin is a well-known lawyer out of Frisco. Hire Stuart Hamlin. Stuart Hamlin got this dude named Tim Finnegan. Tim Finnegan is not a licensed attorney. So the judge don't believe this shit because it's a TV show called Suits. She ain't the only one didn't believe it. I got some, we gonna get into that later, but Snoop didn't believe the shit. Mike Epps didn't believe the shit. Them niggas thought I was crazy than a mother living in the middle of the road. This nigga got to be nuts. Crazy as the motherfucker talking about his lawyers testified against him. So here's where to go. This how it go. You get Stuart Hamlin. Stuart Hamlin gets subpoenaed. Him and Tim come and they testify over a Zoom. Stuart Hamlin testify and say, I'm sorry. I lied to Mac. This in the mother transcripts, not making this up. Go to the Mac Minister. The Mac Minister. THEMINISTER. Stuart Hamlin say, I lied to Mac. I'm sorry. Tim is not an attorney. I did tell Mac that. Mac was calling me so much and, asking me about the appeal that I couldn't, take all of his calls. I did take as much as I could, but I used Tim as a go-in-between to stop these calls from Mac calling me so much. So I lied to him. I told him Tim was a lawyer when I knew that Tim wasn't a lawyer. Now, mind you, this bitch is lying. Tim testified right after Stuart Hamlin, and Tim say he did the direct appeal. Now, this is the law. When you get convicted of a homicide, the court, when they appoint you an attorney, the court, you only have a right to representation during a direct appeal. Anything after the direct appeal, you have to pay for it yourself or do it yourself. So I had a writ of habeas corpus that Tim was doing. Mind you, Tim is not a licensed attorney. Stuart Hamlin had Tim doing my appeal. He admitted it on the record. When it come out that Tim Finnegan was doing this legal work as a non-attorney, when the judge found out that Tim Finnegan was not a licensed attorney, what would you think her response would be? What do you think that she said to him? A charlatan, an imposter. You come before the state of Nevada, you filing documents, legal documents in the court of law as an attorney. What do you think her response was to him? How do you think she reacted when she found out he wasn't an attorney?
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
The bitch laughed. Ha 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 ha.
Damn.
Crack the up. If that was a black man, that bitch would have told that nigga, you put your hands on top of your head. I'm sending the squad car around there. Man, that's a federal offense. That's 10 years in the feds, 5 to 10 years in the feds, $250,000 fine. You better not go to no courtroom and say you're an attorney. That's like you going to the hospital and you do open heart surgery. Okay, it was successful. Motherfucker, you going to the penitentiary, you did an open heart surgery? You came in here as a doctor? That is just as egregious. The man doing law as an attorney. Truth come out. Now, they from California. So in order to practice in Nevada, you have to use a license of an attorney, and it's called Pro Hawk VJ. That's when you come and you pay an attorney. We paid Lisa Rasmussen to use her license. Lisa Rasmussen testified. She said, look, I talked to I know Stewart, so I allowed him to use my license. And after I talked to Stewart one time, I talked to Tim like 8 or 9 times. The lawyer asked her, so who did you take Tim to be? She said, an associate of Stewart Hanlon. If I'd have thought at any time that he wasn't a lawyer, I would have never put my license on the line like that. So this is all out. They testified. They admitted guilt. We got government documents. There's a case with Tanya Menez and Jose Ortiz. Tim Finnegan was appointed by the United States Court, the Ninth Circuit. The Northern District Court appointed Tim Finnegan to represent Jose Ortiz and Tanya Menez. He is not a licensed attorney. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because he a white man, ain't nobody asking him about his bar license. He been doing this shit for 20 years. He do my appeal. That's an automatic reversal. Then not only that, before we see, it's so many layers to this shit that if you didn't have these documents, you would think I was crazy as a mother. This nigga got to be ape shit crazy. Nigga nuttier than squirrel shit. Ain't no way in the world all this shit that he said is true. It's documented, man. When I go to court for trial, 2 weeks before trial, I did a fucking song for the game. The Doctor's Advocate track on the first track. The song is called Looking at You. Game is Universal playing with my money. So I had these attorneys out of Beverly Hills, Tom Brackey, Jonathan Fillon. They sue. Universal gave me $60,000 to do my performance for the copyright infringement because he put the album out ducking me playing games and shit. And nigga, I know how to get this money out you. So I get these motherfuckers to get on board. They go get the money, right? So when I get the money, I don't even touch the money. I'll pay Tony Scrow. The lawyer take the money from Beverly Hills and send it right to Tony Scrow office. Tony Scrow is representing me. 3 days before trial, on the day of court, when I go to court, they come and they tell the judge, look, Tony Scrow is not going to be here today. He's going to be out of the country. So he was wondering if you could postpone the court date for 3 days so that the co-defendant can go first because, Your Honor, you separated the cases. because you're arguing a third murder in Mr. Dow's case, so you separated the case. And the co-defendant can go first, and then that way your calendar doesn't be, it doesn't disrupt your calendar, and Mr. Dow can go right after that. The judge said, we're dancing today. I said, whoa, hold on. I don't even know them, man. I paid Tony Scrow. He say, I don't give a if you pay Bozo the Clown. They better be ready to go today. I don't care who you go get. We dancing today. This is on the go to the mother Mac Minister. TheMinister. This is a video. This is what the judge say to me. Out of his mouth, I'm not putting that extra on this. He said, I don't give a if you hire Bozo the Clown, he better be ready to go today. We dancing today. Take my lawyer. That right there is an automatic reversal. That is a Sixth Amendment right to counsel of choice. The case is called Lopez Gonzalez. You have a right to counsel of choice. They cannot take your lawyer. And you don't, and when the violation occurs, that's all that has to happen for it to happen. And it's an automatic reversal. It is unfathomable. A court would never do this. I don't know if you ever seen the movie Marshall. You ever see Marshall with Good Brother?
I haven't seen Marshall.
Okay, Marshall was with Chad Bowman, and he was Thurgood Marshall. That was the case that he argued. Sixth Amendment. And that is the most egregious of them all. To take my lawyer, that's a fundamental miscarriage of justice. You take the man I hire. Then you appoint me two attorneys I've never seen. One had never fought a traffic ticket. The other one, I never spoke to him but probably twice. And that was because he may have came and said, hey, well, Scroll is not going to be here today. We're just asking for a postponement. We've never discussed my case, none of that. Jonathan Powell. And mind you, the moment they convicted me, Jonathan Powell is working in the prosecutor's office. Oh, yeah. It's a dirty game, ain't it? Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, shit.
So when they violate me like that on the Sixth Amendment, take me to trial. It's a double homicide. They put me on America's Most Wanted. You look for me for a double homicide. Man, when I get in the courtroom, man, I'm charged with a double. They argue a triple and give me 4 lives without the possibility of parole on the testimony of an informant that you brought across state and county lines. Now let me get you back up to speed. When the judge do the evidentiary hearing with Tim Finnegan and mother Stuart Hamlin on my direct appeal, she say in her ruling, she said, I'm going to bifurcate my decision, and I'll grant Mr. Dow cause, but I don't think he met met the criteria to say he was prejudiced. First of all, bitch, you're not talking over my head. Bifurcate means to separate. You can't separate a ruling. That's not what the Nevada Supreme Court told you to do. They said if Mr. Dow proved that his attorneys abandoned it, and that the lawyer wasn't a lawyer, he is to be granted relief. Now, mind you, you can't give me cause without giving me prejudice, and you can't give me prejudice without giving me cause. It doesn't work. This is the law. So she denied me. When she denied me, I tell the lawyer Robert DeMarco out of David Chesnow's office, I say, look, I'm not worried about Allah gonna bless me. This is when Lakeith come, September the 21st, 2021. Look at those numbers. 2021, September the 21st. He gives me these documents that Antoine Mouton is incarcerated and that his real name is Antoine Cadrell. They let the man raise his motherfucking hand and say that it testified that his name was Antoine Mouton when they knew his name was Cantrell. There's so many layers to this shit, man, that a mother be like, how is all this happening to one mother? Who you think you are? Why you? And this is why my friends, that I have love for, Snoop Dogg, Mike Epps, they was like, this nigga crazy. Ain't no way. Because when I got more, when Mike Epps offered to help me, when I get him on the phone, we talking, he like, man, what the appeal gonna cost? I said, well, you know, probably between 25 and 50,000. He was like, okay, I can help you with that year. Because man, when I see the case, I'm like, damn, what they convict you on, Mac? I don't get that. What they convict you on? So I get to going into it. I say, man, they put the lawyer on the stand. They took my lawyer. He like, oh, whoa. Hold on, Mac. He said, man, your lawyer can't testify against you. Keith Broward testified against me. So as time going on, Mike Epps say to me, he like, man, so what you trying to just get some extra money? Some extra money? Nigga, do you think I'm making this shit up? This is how outlandish this shit. But again, go to the Mac Minister Instagram. TheMinister. I got videos. I got 80 episodes of this shit for you to see it. Mother thinking that I'm sitting here making up this shit. So now we get to this courtroom, right? We up in here September the 23rd. Antoine Mouton and his father. Now let me tell you about his father. His father's like the realest nigga on the planet next to me. There's only a few of us. You understand me? He one of them niggas. His dad hit my Instagram. Tell my nephew Wihtout, hey, tell Mac Minister to call me. Put the number on, put it in the direct. I call him. He said, hey man, I heard your Gangster Chronicle podcast, and I heard you were saying that my son, lied on you and got you 4 lies without. I'm like, yeah, man. He said, well, look, man, I don't know what he gonna do, but I'm gonna go holler at him. I ain't gonna even let him know I'm showing up. I'm just gonna show up, and I don't know what he gonna do, but I'm gonna go talk to him. He got a good heart, man. He ain't really that bright, man. He got the mind of a child, man. So he easily manipulated. So, if he did that, they manipulated him. I'm not making no excuses for it, because there's no excuses to doing what he did and doing it to you, and you spending all this time away from your family and your daughter, man. I heard you over these airways. I'm going to go see what I can, I'm going to go holler at him. The man go holler at his son. What I'm about to tell you, this is what he testified to on the stand. He said that he didn't let his son know that he was coming to Vegas. He went to go see his son, caught him off guard. He said, son, this dude Mac Minister said that you got on the stand and you lied on him, that you testified, and that he don't even know you. He said his son broke down crying for 10 minutes straight. He said he told his son, you can't do that. You got to fix that. You can't do that. He said, that's why we here today. That's what he testified to on the stand.
Vernon Mouton, the witness who just testified before you, is he your son?
He is.
Is he your biological son?
Yes, he is.
Okay. What was Antoine's birth name?
Cantrell.
He didn't change his name legally, correct?
Not to my knowledge. Never went to court or anything like
Okay.
that.
So he just goes by
Mouton.
your name now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you ever made aware that he was also acting as an informant for law enforcement in other cases?
Other than this one, no.
But do you know whether he actually had an informant card as well?
He had a card that was from an FBI agent on his possession when he was released from jail in Atlanta.
Okay.
My nephew picked him up and he showed it to him, and nephew just let me know that.
Did you? So you understood that your son was being questioned in relation to the death of Miss Larson?
Yes. Basically, he said they threatened to use
Okay,
her.
you can't tell us what other people said.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me ask it this way. Was he concerned that he was being investigated in relation to her death?
Yes,
Did you voluntarily appear here today, sir?
I did.
Why did you decide to appear and testify in this case?
I'm responsible for Antoine even being here. I'm his dad. And when I found out what was going on, I felt it was my duty to talk to him about it. I flew to Las Vegas to ask him face to face if he lied on this guy. I asked him, he just broke down crying for 10 minutes. And then he told me, yeah, he did lie. I feel like it's my duty. It's my son. I brought him here. And nobody else is going to guide him to do the right thing. So that's what I did. I suggested that he tell the truth.
Did you pressure him?
No,
Did I pressure you?
no,
Did Mr. Dow pressure you?
no.
Did anyone sitting here in this court today pressure you or your son, to your knowledge, to come in and testify?
No, sir.
You're just here because you believe it's the right thing to do.
Precisely.
Okay.
You flew to see your son to talk about this case, is that right?
To ask him if he lied on the guy or not.
What inspired you or made you want to ask your son if he had lied?
Well, I saw stories on the internet about it, and it was weighing heavy on my heart. I was losing sleep, and I wanted to get to the bottom of it because there's a man doing life in prison because of the actions of my son, and I brought him into this world. So I felt it was my duty to make him to go to him and have him tell the truth. I did some research and found out who the attorney was.
So you were the one who brought him to Mrs. Markle's
I
office.
brought him there, yes.
And then you said that you weren't present when the affidavit was filled out?
I waited outside. I don't know what happened. I didn't really want to know, so I told him going in there and talk to the lawyer, tell him what happened.
You said you didn't really want to know, but the whole reason that you went to Las Vegas was because you wanted to know, right?
I wanted to know if he lied. He told me he lied. Anything beyond that, I didn't need to really know. All I know is you need to tell the truth, whatever the truth is.
And so you brought him to Mr. DeMarco's office.
I did indeed.
Clear, sir, I haven't offered you any benefits or promises in relation to your testimony here today. Is that right?
No, not at all.
Okay. I didn't even issue you a subpoena. Is that right?
No.
Because you, again, wanted to come to court voluntarily.
See justice.
Okay. And did you pressure your son to come to court?
No.
Was he even served with a subpoena to come to court?
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
His son, Wihtout, testified. Wihtout say that they squeezed him. The FBI, he said they put me in the room. It was the FBI, San Francisco, Las Vegas Metro, Fairfield, Vallejo, all these different agencies talking to me. I don't remember everybody, but it was just a bunch of different agencies. And you know, they was pulling out pictures, you know, and I was just agreeing because, you know, I was trying to hurry up and get this. This is on the video on my Instagram. This is not me making this up, folks. He said they put him in the room and they squeezed him. He said, I don't know him. I never see him. The only thing I know about Mac Minister is that he's been on a bunch of albums. Other than that, I don't know him. This was the testimony. Now, what the else do I need to not be in prison right now?
Yeah.
Lateef Gray testified.
Did you disclose the information like this to the defense in your job duties?
Frequently.
How did you come to get involved in this case?
I heard a podcast called Gangster Chronicles in which Mr. Dow stated that a lot of foul play had happened during his trial. I heard another interview, then another interview, then another interview. And Mr. Dow was consistent throughout the interviews that certain things that happened during his trial were unconstitutional, specifically that he was denied his speedy trial rights, specifically that his attorney testified against him, specifically that they put a witness on the stand named Antoine Wihtout, who he hadn't seen a day in his life. Being that I'm an attorney who understands that these are big legal issues, I decided to look into it. That's my job as a prosecutor. When there's injustice possibly lurking, I took an oath to investigate it and try to fix it. So I reviewed all of Mr. Wihtout's testimonies, which were 2 times he testified under oath, one in 2007, and then one in 2008 at trial. Upon review of his trial testimony, he stated that he was from the Fillmore district. I knew that to be a lie because I don't know Mr. Wihtout. I've never seen him before. He's not from that neighborhood. Knowing that that was a lie, I continued to investigate. Upon review of the second transcript, I noticed that in 2007, when he testified, Mr. Mouton spelled his name one way, and in 2008, when he testified, he spelled it differently. During the course of my investigation, received his San Francisco booking photos, which showed that as of 1999, his name was Cantrell. FBI rap sheet, which showed that his name was Antoine Cantrell. His California rap sheet, which showed that his name was Antoine Cantrell. Received his Nevada rap sheet, which shows that his name was Cantrell. Received his Georgia rap sheet, which showed that his name was Antoine Cantrell. As a district attorney, I was interested in trying to figure out how someone who committed these types of acts here in the city of San Francisco could just be granted leniency. And so that was interesting to me. As a district attorney in San Francisco, I knew that Mr. Mouton had a plethora of contacts with members from the San Francisco Police Department during the time that he was supposedly in Las Vegas here having these conversations with Mr. Dow. Knowing that to be false, I continued my investigation. Given the quality or lack thereof of Mr. Mouton's or Mr. Cantrell's testimony at trial, and knowing that by doing my investigation, he was a federal informant at the time that he testified during Mr. Dow's trial, I had some concerns as to whether the San Francisco Police Department and the San Francisco District Attorney's Office had used Mr. Cantrell's testimony in cases that were tried in the city and county of San Francisco. So it was a lot of things I was thinking about.
And when you learned some of the things, and I'm going to show you in a few minutes some of the records, but that when you learned of the things you just mentioned, how did you, or why did you feel that you needed to get involved in the case involving Mr. Dow?
Because it's Brady, and the United States Supreme Court and California Supreme Court and the California Professional Rules of Responsibility say if I have Brady in my possession as a prosecutor, I have to get it to the defendant, which in this case happened to be Mr. Dow. Certain of the documents that I provided were available only to law enforcement, which means that unless a prosecutor or someone, law enforcement profession, turned them over to Mr. Dow, he would have never gotten them. So cover sheet B, which is a mugshot of Mr. Mouton from the Fulton County Jail, indicating that he was released from custody on December 7th, 2005. This was a document that was only in the possession of law enforcement. So I turned that over as Brady.
Latif tell them, because they mad at Latif. Oh, that white boy mad at Latif. I told Latif, nigga, if you lived in Las Vegas, when you put your car in the ignition, it would blow up. That's how much they want your head for what you gave me. And I told him, I said, Latif, bruh, they gonna fire you. This brother was working in internal affairs. What you think happened to his job?
Shit, I don't know, man.
They fired the shit out of him. Fired him and the prosecutor. He was the head prosecutor in San Francisco. The prosecutor's argument was Latif illegally went into the prosecutor's database and gave Mr. Dow those documents. Bitch, what the that got to do with anything? I don't give a, like I said, I don't give a if that nigga stormed the Capitol with the Trump mob June 6th and stole it out of Nancy Pelosi's purse. I don't give a where he got that from. I don't give a if the nigga stole it out of Chuck Schumer's wallet. I don't give a how that nigga got that. I don't give a if he took it from Mar-a-Lago at the mother classified documents at Donald Trump's house. I don't care where he got it from. The fact of the matter is, you got caught in a mother lie. Your star witness is incarcerated. Look how our law works. You in jail. When the judge denied me, the bitch do it in writing. It says she don't believe Mouton. She don't think he's credible. She believed he was pressured. Pressure, bitch, pressure bust a pipe and make water rush uphill. Make a real nigga squeal, make a bitch nigga kill. Pressure, who the fuck pressuring him? Bitch, I've been sitting in a mother penitentiary for 18 years behind a steel mother cage, barbed wire fence, cement wall. How the fuck I'm pressuring him? What do you mean pressure? How could I? The FBI pressured him into lying. He was facing 40 years to life in a federal penitentiary for pivoting pattern on a minor. And y'all let him lie about his first name. The nigga name is Antoine Cottrell. You want to say I pressured him? Here's the thing. DNA even 100%. It's 99.999. But you cannot argue with that science. You do understand that DNA is like the most powerful shit that you can have, right?
Yep.
Well, nigga, we know 100% that Antoine Mouton was in Fulton County, Georgia from November the 28th to December the 2nd. You ain't got to believe shit that nigga say. Believe that document, though. Believe that. You ain't got to believe shark pussy wet, but you can believe that document, though.
For sure.
There's no arguing that. It's government files. Y'all mad at the man for giving me something that's caught. And then here's the thing about what he gave me. The prosecutor is supposed to give it to me. The Brady, listen, man, Brady is once you prove, if you got Brady, if you got a Brady violation, there is no disputing it. If you fit the criteria, it doesn't matter if the prosecutor knew about it, he didn't know about it. Whether he did it by negligence or by design, cut me loose, turn me over, new trial, let me go. You can't say he didn't know. Irrespective of good faith or bad faith, this is the Brady. Lakeith Gray did his job. He turned over the Brady material. And it ain't just a Brady violation. There's another case law called John Giglio. They violated Giglio. He was a dude that had a forged check. The prosecutor offered the bank teller a deal, told him, if you testify him, we ain't gonna charge you. Then they lied and said they didn't make him a deal. Then it come out years later after Giglio go to court that in fact he did make a deal with the prosecutor. Automatic reversal. Now let's talk about Henry Napool. Napool, Illinois. Henry Napool, we got a Napool violation. The judge, the DA, and the lawyer that I had at trial all knew that Mouton was testifying false testimony. It is a lawyer, a DA. They are officers of the court. They have a fiduciary responsibility to correct the record. If he lied about his name, the prosecutors for, hey, he lied, excuse me, that's not his name. His name is Cottrell. Nobody did that. That went unchecked. If I tell you my name is Andre Lamar Jackson when my name is Andre Dow, how the you going to find out anything about me? Make sense?
Yep.
Is that egregious?
Crazy,
I
man.
can't even find you. You lied about your last name. That's all it takes. Matter of fact, I don't even take your last name. How about lying about your first name or your middle name? Any part of the lie, you committed perjury. Anything come out of your mouth needs to be challenged. Now, what makes this so bad, the jury don't know that he told all of these motherfucking lies. They hid that. So everything that he said was the gospel.
Okay, so hold on. We're running out of time here. It looks like we only got 3 or 4 minutes left before we're gonna get cut off again. So, is there any more key evidence that you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Well, I don't know. No. I mean, I gave you just about everything. No, it's some shit I just can't think of. It is so much shit that I'm giving you what I got, but what I'm giving you is like, come on, man, it's overwhelming. There's no way that I'm supposed to be going through this process. How? I just seen a white boy the other day. I was watching Dateline. White boy was on there. His name is Damon Thibodeau. He was on death row for raping his cousin in Alabama. Thibodeau, he was on death row. They was about to kill him. He yelling and screaming. He talked to the lady that's a death row attorney. He told her he didn't do this, that, and the third. She believed him. She talking to the people from the news, and she got sad eyes, and I really believe him. Now, this is a white kid. Let me mind you of this. She believed him. Now, 15 years go by. Now, this is the cold part about it. He's in the confession, and he admit to raping his cousin. So the DNA ain't necessary. But they said that he didn't rape her. Okay, y'all never did no DNA analysis on this. Now, before this phone call cut off, let me get to the meat and potatoes and tell you what happened. The prosecutor allowed his attorney to come and talk. His attorney came and talked. The attorney and the prosecutor went before the judge and together to get him released. The people that go and witness the killing when they terminate a mother, when they exterminate your ass, the lady said, I've never seen anyone walk out that door unless they was in a body bag. But because of my pigmentation and hue, you got Wihtout and his dad, and Wihtout come and tell you he don't know me. You gotta believe him. How? The government records don't lie. He ain't even in the state of Nevada. He in Fulton County, Georgia. And you got me jumping through these fiery hoops.
Securus. Goodbye.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.